welcome to JSM. In this lecture, we are going to discuss one very important type of isomerism that is exhibited by the coordination compounds, that is coordination isomerism. In the previous lectures, we have discussed some different types of isomerism. Among them, this is very important for IIT, NEET and other entrance exams also. Okay, let us see this. This coordination isomerism is exhibited by the complexes which have two coordination pairs. Okay, this is exhibited by complexes which have two coordination spheres. Two coordination spheres are coordination entities. Okay, both are correct. Whatever the word we use, no problem. Okay, this is exhibited by the complexes or coordination compounds which have two coordination spheres or two coordination entities. Okay, so this type of complexes already we have discussed in the IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds and in the calculation of oxidation number also in the previous lectures, right? Okay, so now see the complexes which have two coordination spheres. Okay, the complexes which have two coordination spheres, right? So here in this type of complexes, this left side part, this coordination sphere, it is considered as cationic part, right? Or cationic position, this position is. And this right side coordination sphere, it is considered as anionic part. Okay, anionic part. Clear? The left side coordination sphere in this complexes is the cationic part and the right side coordination sphere is the anionic part, which already we discussed. Let us see with examples, then you can understand very easily. Okay, so let us see some examples, then you can understand easily. So first one is that let us take one complex, that is okay. So this is the complex which we are considering here. Now see here, this cobalt has +3 oxidation state, chromium also +3 oxidation state, and here this amine is the neutral ligand, so 0 charge, and here cyanide carries -1 charge, that already we discussed. So total 6 units of negative charge is present. Okay, so this is the charges, and also here this coordination sphere has 3 units of positive charge and this coordination sphere has, sorry, 3 units of negative charge. Okay, so this is the charge on the coordination sphere. All these basics already we have discussed in the introduction lecture. Okay, right, now this is one complex which is given. Okay, let us write its coordination isomer. See here, CO NH3 CN CR NH3 CN taken 5 times. Okay, so this is one example for the coordination isomer of this complex. Okay, see what is happening here. Okay, how this isomerism is arises means this is arising due to the exchange or interchange of ligands between the cationic position coordination sphere and anionic position coordination sphere. See, this is in the cationic part, this is in the anionic part. What happened here, if you consider these two isomers, okay, these two are the isomers, they have same molecular formula. See, one amyl ligand is coming here attached to the chromium and one cyanido ligand is coming here and attached to the cobalt metal. Okay, so what happened here is that simply the interchange or exchange of ligands take place between these two coordination spheres. Okay, so in this way this coordination isomerism arises. Okay, simply how can we say the definition? The complexes, okay, so which have the same molecular formula but the ligands attached to the metal in the two coordination spheres are different, so they are considered as the coordination isomers in simple words. Okay, so now not only this one, some other isomers also possible for this. Let us write that. See here, see Now what happened? When compared to this one and this one, so here two cyanidoligands are coming here and two amine ligands are going there. Okay, see here NH3 taken 4 times, cyanido taken 2 times. Two cyanidoligands coming here. And same here, what is happening? Two amine ligands are going from here to here. So ligands are interchanged between the two coordination spheres. Okay, another one is also possible. See here, CONH3 taken 3 times, CN taken 3 times, and here same CrNH3 taken 3 times and Cn taken 3 times. This is another possible isomer. Okay, and also in the same manner we can write. See here now, we make a mistake and some books also writing like that, but according to the very high standard books in the inorganic chemistry, according to the IUPAC recommendations, there is a small mistake. Okay, so that we will discuss here. Suppose so generally we can write another one. Okay, so 4 cyanidoligands are coming and attached to the cobalt, and 4 amine ligands from here going and attached to the chromium. But this complex, the way of writing this is wrong according to the IUPAC recommendations. Okay, what is the correct way to write this one is that, okay, so here first we should write, okay, so this is the correct way to write the complex. Okay, both are having same type. Okay, same type of connectivity only. Yes or no? Okay, chromium has 4 amine ligands and 2 cyanidoligands here also, but that is the wrong way to represent this complex. This is the right way, because here in this way if you write, this is the cationic part and this is the anionic part, because here coordination sphere carries positive charge and this coordination sphere carries negative charge here. So that is the reason why here we have written like this. This is the correct way to represent. And last possibility is that, okay, so that is all the 6 ligands are exchanged between the two coordination spheres. So this is the final one. Okay, so here if you consider this one, here also this carries 3 units of positive charge and this coordination sphere carries 3 units of negative charge. Okay, again here also this is only the correct way to represent. Okay, if you write in this way, that is wrong. Let us see that. Okay, if you write like this, this is the wrong way to represent. So no, what is the reason here? See here we have a 3 units of negative charge, here we have a 3 units of positive charge. Okay, so definitely cationic part must be in the left side, anionic part must be in the right side according to the IUPAC rules. Okay, clear? So here you should be very careful. This and this are the right way to write, or correct way to write the complexes, and this and this, these two are the wrong way to represent the complexes. Okay, clear? Let us see some more examples also. Whatever it is the example, only thing you have to understand is that what is happening, interchange of ligands take place between the cationic part and anionic part. Now let us see some other very important examples. So here this coordination isomerism, the metal ions present in the two coordination spheres may be same or different. In the previous examples, two metals are different in the two coordination spheres. Okay, even if metals are same in both the coordination spheres with different ligands, also they exhibit coordination isomerism. Okay, metals in these two spheres may be same or different. Okay, they will exhibit this isomerism. Remember that. Now see here, two metal atoms are same in both the coordination sphere. Okay, See, but here it is tetra coordinated, it is hexa coordinated. Now see here, oxidation state of platinum is how much? +2. Here oxidation state of platinum is how much? +4. Okay, so that's why here same metal atom but with different oxidation states. Okay, so this is one isomer, this is another isomer. See here, this blue color which is I am written here, these are the charge present on the coordination sphere, which is written in the red color, that is the oxidation number of the metal. Okay, so this is the oxidation number of the metal, don't confuse with this one, and this is the charge present on the coordination sphere. Same here also, this is the oxidation number of the metal and this is the charge present on the coordination sphere. All these things clearly explained in the oxidation state calculation of coordination number. Okay, and everything we discussed in the previous lectures. Okay, next see here another example. So it is a bidentate ligand and this is the monodentate ligand. They also can exhibit the coordination isomerism. Okay, see here, cobalt, what is this one? Ethylene diamine or ethane 1,2 diamine, neutral ligand. Okay, see here also two different metals and the ligands are exchanged between the two coordination spheres. Okay, so these are the four possible isomers, coordination isomers for this complex. Okay, clear. Next, see here, these are, we discussed, these are the hexa coordinated complexes and here it is a special tetra coordinated and one is hexa coordinated. And next here, see both are the tetra coordinated coordination spheres. Okay, coordination number is here also 4, here also 4. Okay, so here also total 4 isomers are possible. See here, platinum NH3 4 times and copper chlorido 4 times. So here next in this isomer, one chlorido is attached to the platinum and one amine is attached to the copper. So here interchange of amine and chlorido ligands taking place. And here one more chlorido attached to the platinum, one more amine attached to the copper. Okay, so see here 3, here 2, here 3 chlorido, here 2 chlorido. Okay, and finally see this one also. Now all 4 ligands are exchanged between the two coordination sphere. See here, this is the correct way to represent the complex. So just now we discussed. Okay, if you write like this, that is the wrong representation according to the IUPAC rules. Okay, so this is the wrong representation of writing this complex. This is the correct way because this is the anionic part. Look at the charge present on the coordination sphere, -2. Here charge present on the coordination sphere is +2. So that's why it must be present in the left side and this must be present in the right side. Okay, so this is about the coordination isomerism. Very simple how to identify. First of all, they must have the two coordination sphere, same molecular formula. What is happening? Simply exchange or interchange of ligands taking place between the cationic part and anionic part. Okay, so we have some different examples here. Okay, one thing you must focus on this one. Okay, remember that always anionic part must be in the right side, cationic part must be in the left side. Clear? So let us see the summary of this lecture. Now suppose we have some complex and how many isomers are possible for the given formula. Okay, see here, tetra coordinated, both are tetra coordinated, right? Coordination number 4 and 4, and two metals are same. In that case only two coordination isomers are possible. Okay, next see here, two different metals with both are tetra coordinated. So here 4 isomers are possible. Just now we discussed one example, right? Okay, next here, see here, hexa coordinated with the same metal, 3 isomers are possible. Hexa coordinated with two different metals, see cobalt, chromium. See here both are same metal, so only 3 isomers. So here two different metals, so total 6 isomers are possible. See here all are monodentate ligands. But if you look at these two examples, see here all are bidentate ligands, oxalato, right? So this is a bidentate ligand. If you consider this example, ethylene diamine or ethane 1,2 diamine, this is also bidentate ligand. Okay, I have given the list of different types of ligands in the introduction videos. Please watch if you have any doubts here. Okay, so here bidentate ligands are present in the one coordination sphere. In that case only 4 isomers are possible. Okay, see here two different metals and one coordination sphere has 3 bidentate ligands, or a metal is attached to the 3 bidentate ligands in these two cases. Okay, so that bidentate ligand may be neutral or negative. Okay, see this is bidentate negative, this is bidentate neutral. Whatever it may be, we are getting total 4 isomers. Okay, clear. So this is about the coordination isomerism, which is very important. Please subscribe to our channel to support us. Thank you.